you keeping yourself this busy is part of your healing process from the things that you've gone through?
Yeah, it's kind of like my releasing of it all because the last, I say 8 months of the marriage, I knew like from the moment where when I mean end of marriage, as in like the moment I moved out, not the moment I got the divorce paper signed because that took forever because we filed it a month or two before everything closed down, so we got stuck in limbo for months. But for when I decided for myself until I moved out, I already went through the inner healing more. Like I went through working through my guilt, working through my anger, working through kind of what I wanted for myself, what I saw for my life. And then once I moved out, that was kind of how I did more of the stuff around me of like, this is what I want my life to be like. This is what I want to actually have connected. This is what I want to just be able to see around myself. And it's not, which is kind of weird because a lot of people think I skipped that step and I didn't. It's just they didn't see it because I was stuck where I was and it took a while. Because the thing is, like, I do remember the day of like, absolutely, I know this was the day I decided on the divorce. And it was actually the summer, like, so it was June of 2019. And we made a decision 100% together of like, yes, we're filing jointly for the divorce in October of 2019. So that was that whole process of me going through it all, me getting through the guilt, me going through mostly getting other people off my back of kind of like, you don't have to, marriage is forever. And I'm kind of like, no, it's not. There's enough people that are happy divorced. There's enough people that don't need to feel trapped.
Why do you think that was happening? Like, why did you have this guilt when it seems like you were so confident in your decision and that you knew it was time for a change?
It was still the guilt that I could have done more to help him. I could have worked on the marriage more. There's could have been stuff, but like it took a while for me to get over the guilt that it takes both of us to work on the marriage. It needs to take both of us to do stuff. Like everything I'm doing can't be the only thing that's happening. Like he wasn't helping himself enough. He needed to figure out what stuff with his doctors, his therapists, all these different things. And yes, he was trying to help himself, but the problem was is that he had no space to even remember I needed something. And even was just I needed him not to add more problems to my plate. That's literally all I was looking for, and he couldn't quite do it. Like I made a decision, like 100% where I knew I was done with the marriage. Was I had a part-time job at a garden center, so I worked in the greenhouse, and I had a horrible reaction to one of the plants there. No idea which plant it was because I've never had that reaction after this happened, where I had a horrible rash from my fingertips to my shoulders on both arms, and then on my right side it went all the way up onto my face. So bad the infection it turned into infection within 12 hours. I was actually had to go into urgent care, and he couldn't get himself up to even go with me anywhere. He didn't even realize I had an infection, even though my face was extremely puffy and red and angry, and I was getting blisters everywhere. He didn't even notice. He couldn't even stop himself from drinking to get me to the urgent care or the ER. I literally had to drive myself in pain because my hands were in pain because I had an infection on my hands. Trying to touch things hurt. And that was kind of like, yeah, if he can't even be there for an emergency, like I was thinking, it was like, oh, he'll be okay because once he gets a little bit better, he'll be part of the relationship a little bit more and different things like that. And I was like, he can't even be there for the emergencies.